YouTube? We are back with a scandalous matchup over here. We've got our resident Machinedramon player doing a little sneaky sneak, cheating on his best boy. We've got Anthony, our cult favorite over here, playing Blue Flare on the left, going up against Ryan playing Melga on the right. The new iteration of Melga, so a good EX-5, hopefully showcase of what Melga can do in this format. So it should be an exciting matchup. You know, we've got two good players going at it. I think Blue Flare is going to be sneakily good this meta, particularly with how a lot of bodies tend to wideboard. So it should be an interesting one, although unfortunately for Blue Flare, Melga doesn't tend to do that, so we'll see how that turns out. Both players, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, were doing pretty well. I wasn't there this past week, but if I remember correctly, I believe Ryan and Anthony both are doing very well. So this may have been the sort of championship match.
This was undefeated, yeah.
So shout out to both of the homies for doing pretty well. And before we get into the match play, you know, as always, you know, please feel free to check out our socials. You know, they will be linked in the link tree down below, which will be our Twitter, our Instagram, our Discord, our TCG player affiliate, and our YouTube membership. The Discord is where we're going to be doing a lot of communication with you guys regarding big announcements, tournaments, you know, special videos that we're doing. So that would be a great way to interact and talk to us. You know, we like to shoot the shit and just talk about like deck building, meta discussion, all that stuff too. So it's a great place to just kind of hang out and chill. And lastly, I believe by the time this is uploading, like Jarrell and I will either have uploaded some stuff or we'll be in the works of uploading some stuff, as we are going to be at Nats this coming weekend. If you're there, look out for us. We'll be kind of wandering around, whether it's at the big tournament itself or at the side events. We'll definitely be looking forward to seeing any of you guys that are over there and can recognize us, I guess. And without further ado, let's hop right into the round over here.
So yeah, Anthony's betrayed us. He's no longer a machine player. Now he plays Blue Flare.
I don't recognize this man anymore.
I've never seen this guy before in my life.
No, but all jokes aside, the Blue Flare text that he had mentioned to us makes me really interested to see how this plays out.
Yeah, well, it's also like, it just goes to show Anthony's skill as a player. The fact that he can go and play a deck like Blue Flare that's like, I mean, sure, it does on-play stuff like Machine can do, right? The Machine used to be very much known for, but is at the end of the day, like, it's a different strategy. It's a different deck. It plays very differently. It's the whole way you kind of do your aggression thing is very different. Yeah, I think
Purple
Ryan
Melga,
is running.
nice.
Yeah, I believe he's running Purple Base, which makes me so excited to see. I didn't know he was running this.
Purple Base, honestly, dude, like I was like cooking up a deck list this morning too. Like it's honestly, and the one that you sent me over too is real. It looks fun. It looks good.
Yeah.
We see a Greymon come out from Anthony, pick up a Metal Gray and a Blazing. Not bad. We see Ryan push up going to the Gray X, where shenanigans can begin. Pitch 2. Gain 2 memory. Going to WereGuru for 3. Oh my lord.
Let me Evo for free, draw 4 cards, gain 2 memory, and then go up into my level 5 and start swinging, go burr.
Jeez. Yeah. And then can draw again off of the inheritables, and then pitches a card to Jesus Lord.
Yep.
Now it does not have the jamming that the Bukamon package will give it, but I mean, I think right now going against Blue Flare, like your stacks are most likely going to live, so you should have. I don't think Ryan's got to have any hesitation swinging here. But does swing here.
He should have gained memory. He voted for 1 into it, but I think he should have went up 1.
I don't think the WereX gains memory, if I'm not mistaken. It lets you pitch 2, you restand, but I don't think you gain a memory. It's just the Garuru X that gains you the memory. But back check me on that one. I could be wrong.
Oh, you return 1 card. You're right. You're correct. You are correct. Yeah.
But we see a Greymon come out again. Looks like we're missing a Gauss, which is always rough for Blue Flare. Yeah, hands kind of mucked up with Greymons and Blazings. We see a Mailbird come out, and this will give, when attacking, lose, I believe it's 2 memory or 1?
2 memory.
2
and
memory,
it is not, it's not once per turn, I don't believe either.
Yeah, it's a whenever he's swinging. So effectively an Ice Wall on 1 dedicated Digimon. Ryan does decide to, if he has the ace, I feel like that might be better, but does decide to swing and pop the Mailbird, loses 2 memory.
Yeah.
And does the shenanigans, drawing and pitching. And should just be the 1 check, right? He's deciding to tap the mat. He does decide to tap mat to gain a memory. Does have the ace there. Nice. And then decides to just do the one attacking from the X-Antibody to go into Melga to bounce the Greymon. Goes ahead, swings, loses 2 memory once again with the Melga, but honestly, he's in a pretty good spot. I don't think that was a bad call at all.
I mean, yeah, he's got a stack in the back.
Yeah, Anthony not having the Gausses early on was rough.
Here's the thing, though. Ryan does not have a hand.
He does not.
Ryan's hand is in the trash.
So we see a Metal Gray come out. We'll swing 2 checks with jamming.
Yep.
Doesn't stun anything, unfortunately.
It does not have any real aggression either, because it can't even.
Yeah.
I mean, this whole time Ryan only has 1 thing on board, so like you're not even getting some of the other stuff that happens when there's 2 or more.
We see a Decker come out, and he can slide something underneath, but unfortunately, if I remember correctly, talking to Anthony, he doesn't run Deckers, and you need a Decker-Dramon to stun. So unfortunately can't stun, but we'll play out an Uko. Unsuspending Melga should bounce the Uko back to hand. We'll swing, and then
it's game 1.
Restand, yeah.
Dude.
Melga's good, man. Melga good.
Sometimes when you see the line, it just works.
I am curious to see how blue base versus purple base is gonna go. I'm personally running blue base right now, but I don't know. The more I think about it, I'm like, purple.
It's hard because I think with the newer once BT 16 rolls around, or not, sorry, 16. Once 15 rolls around,
blue base is the way to go. I feel like
blue base changes because you're gonna lose Buka first of all.
True.
So the thing is because I think even in like JP after 15 came out, they still didn't run the new Suno. They still only ran Buka. And I mean, all of those new Sunomon does is just give you +1 KDP when you add a card to your hand. Right. So, I mean, which helps, obviously, with not getting deleted. It helps, with that pseudo jamming stuff. Or not pseudo jamming, but helps you not have to waste any of your protection effects, and you don't have to worry about not having jamming as much. In theory. But still not great.
Yeah.
I don't know. I still like purple base more. I think purple base has better stuff to it.
Yeah, and I think the consistency too is that I think the big thing with the purple base is that like if you've mixed the blue and purple, like you can't really search your like the Garurus and the Melga Ace off of like blue trainings and blue boost. The purple allows you to just search for everything.
And on top of that too, I mean, I just think that the purple Garuru and the purple Gabu they're so good.
Yeah.
They're so good for memory efficiency. And the deck's better at putting stuff in trash to work with the EX-5 X-Antibody pieces.
Right. But we see Ryan start to do purple things. Goes into the Garuru X. We'll swing with the Suno. Or not the Suno, sorry. The Garuru X does live and then goes into Garuru for 3. Anthony not having a rookie still is very, very rough. I lied last game. He does have a Decker, so the Decker is there, and does decide to play it out for 5, allowing him to draw 2 total, 1 off of the just on play and 1 since Ryan's got a Digimon in play. And here I just think Ryan just goes for it. Yeah, he just swings, pitches 1 to restand, and then draws off of the Suno.
Yeah, all of the cycle happens.
And that's another thing about purple is that you're cycling in a deck that already does a lot of draw and cycle. I feel like Melga still needs to not brick. because like if you don't see the line, like you can't really do much. And if with the amount he's cycling right now, like there's no reason not to see your pieces.
Yeah, and he'll use Guru X effect to go ahead and give him protection.
Yeah.
Play Matt out.
Just fair. Huh. Yeah, this is a rough spot.
Yeah,
like, we've got a Gauss in the back, and that's not even the right Gauss you would technically
the thing is
want.
Anthony, 1, 2, 3, 4. Anthony can't even stun it.
No, unless he's
Right?
got a
'Cause
Decker Greymon ready to go, or like hard evos into a Decker Gray.
Because that Metal Gray only strips 2 cards?
Metal Gray, correct, only strips 2, but even then won't have enough to stun it.
Oh no, he doesn't even strip.
Oh no, he just stuns with less, yeah.
He stuns with less, so he can't even stun.
Oh no.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh man.
The power of ace cards.
Yeah.
Just swing one attacking effect.
Yeah. And that does it.
Yeah.
Look at that. Melga, go Melga.
What do you do? Anthony never even had like time to do anything.
Right.
Like, really with it. That's crazy.
Granted, I feel like Melga is a pretty rough matchup because it plays against the strengths of what Blue Flare wants to do, which is you kind of depend on your opponent putting out a board, and if they don't, then you're kind of like your plays just become so much less effective. They're just sort of like, eh.
Yeah. You're playing a very mid, just on play deck.
Yeah.
I also too. I mean, Ryan Hyrule. I think we can agree. Ryan both times he had his X-Antibody pieces and he had his normal pieces.
Yeah. The one game I played Melga with last night when I was testing for this weekend, I drew my first hand. Obviously, I was playing blue base, but I drew my first hand. It was just like a bunch of like 5s and 6s. I was like, oh, absolutely not. Hell no, motherfucker. Drew again, and then just drew into like 3 Cool Boys and 2 Melga Aces. I was like, okay. I guess we're not playing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, I mean,
good.
Yeah.
Good show of what Melga can do though with purple base, even now. Even after all those other cards got hit, purple base still can go work.
And I was trying to catch myself because I did remember that Ryan ended up taking it, but I didn't want to spoil the match.
Yeah.
But congrats, my dude. He took locals, and like you said, kind of had a really good showing with how Melga can do Melga things, even if it's not like your typical blue base. I think a lot of people are sleeping on this purple base.
And keep in mind too, I mean, it was 17 people, 4 rounds. It's not, it's a decent chunk of time. It's a lot of rounds to go through to be consistent and win.
Yeah.
That
gameplay had me weak at the knees, just like those sleeves did.
It was good. It's true. Ryan does have banger sleeves. Man.
But yeah, shout out to both players as always. And congrats again to Ryan for taking it, my man. Thank you all for tuning in as well. That's a shout out to you guys watching. The support really does mean a lot to us. If you're new and haven't subscribed to us yet, please, consider dropping a subscribe and a like. It really does help the channel out, and we hope that we can just keep making content that y'all enjoy. It's been great to hear some positive feedback. It's also great to hear like structural feedback to see what we can do better for y'all. So if there's anything that you guys want to see or want us to be doing better in the future, please do let us know. Check out our socials, like I mentioned earlier in the video, that are linked in the link tree in the video description. And we'll see ya on the flippy flip. Bye-bye.
Hi.